Aho, kitipilo hele, yesipi yayani, lasawanwa.
Hello, and welcome to Among the Shawnee, a podcast for absentee Shawnee tribal members. I'm your host, Mindy Longhorn, Media Director for the Absentee Shawnee Tribe. So today we are back with our favorite guests, ICW again. We've got ICW Director Shawnee Martinez.
Hi.
ICW Case Manager Paige LittleCharley.
Hello.
And they brought a special guest today. They brought their attorney, Jeremy Otis. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And welcome back.
Thank you. Super
I feel
excited.
like you guys are regulars here now.
I know. The band is back together.
That's right. The band is back. We should do this like every week, maybe.
I'm down.
I mean, if we didn't have other work to do.
Right.
You know, not that we don't. We're all busy.
I mean, if you're available at midnight, 1:30, you know, we can do it.
I feel like that might be a different type of show. But hey. Okay, so today we are talking ICWA 101, basically. So we're going to start with the basics. What is it? Why was it passed? What is it really? Why do we have it? When was it passed? You want to take that since that's the legal part probably?
Absolutely. So ICWA is an extremely important federal statute in this country, but also especially in Oklahoma because we have so many tribes here and so many tribal members here and so many tribal children here. It was passed in 1978 in response to, unfortunately, a phenomenon of Indian children being taken out of their homes forcibly and being put into different familial situations or even boarding schools that actually resulted in a lot of their physical harm and death in some cases.
I mean, I think we all know about the boarding school tragedy. I mean, we all know.
Exactly. It's terrible.
It is terrible.
So in response, because Congress is supposed to have plenary power over the tribes, basically they're supposed to help the tribes out. It's their responsibility to do so. They passed the Indian Child Welfare Act to make sure that there are certain precautions that every district court in America is taking to make sure that Indian children specifically aren't being taken out of their homes unnecessarily and put into harm.
The key word there is district courts.
Right.
A lot of our tribal members assume like ICWA applies to tribes, and it does not. It applies to state and private adoption agencies. And the easiest way for me to get everybody to understand is we weren't the ones that were removing our children. So therefore, the law does not apply to tribes.
Right. Sorry about it.
No, but I mean, that's a good clarification because they may not know that.
Right. And honestly, what you hear out in the wild of state district courts, especially Oklahoma state district courts, is not only attorneys and social workers who don't know what ICWA says because they've never read it, even though they pretend that they have.
Which is, I think it should be drilled in their brain. You would think that would be mandatory.
Especially with 39 federally recognized tribes here.
Exactly.
Right. It's not like we just have one or two. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And in my opinion, I would take it one step further. Like, the ICWA precautions are good precautions in general.
Right.
They should be applied to every adoption in this country. Full stop.
Gold standard.
Make that happen.
I'll try.
In a perfect world, right? I mean, but no, that's a very good.
Yeah.
They should, but you know, we'll see how that goes, right?
Yeah.
We just kind of focus on here, really. But,
exactly. But that is like kind of our initiative at AST. That's why I love AST, is because there's definitely this warrior mentality. So a lot.
Well, and these two here are just champions and warrior. I mean, that's
Paige.
No, it's both of you.
Paige. Right.
I think it's both of them.
Right.
It's both of them.
It
really.
is. Like,
it is.
They've taught me
it?
everything I know about being a warrior, which I can't be one, but
that's a whole other podcast. But I mean,
we could.
But that's what I mean. As you know, that warrior mentality, taking it over into Oklahoma District Court, which is so antagonistic towards the tribes in general, but also ICWA. You hear these prosecutors, these judges always talking about ICWA like it's this huge problem. It's not a problem. It's a protection.
Yes.
And
it's there for a reason.
Sadly,
that's sadly that we, and it's even sad that we have to talk about it.
Exactly.
Because all of this goes back to the kids, but it's really sad that they had to pass a law.
Exactly. And
When
it's
it's sad.
extremely sad that that law is not read more by judges.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what our
The
job
people
is.
that should be enforcing it
Exactly.
should know it. You
Right.
would think.
That's
They
what
need
we
to-
do is we educate judges.
Yeah.
That's like our entire job is
Well,
to teach ICWA to judges.
They can watch
Yeah.
this podcast.
And I would hope they would.
I do as well, and I won't say what specific county should, but I am no longer in that court.
You're not
just-
allowed in that court?
Correct.
Really?
Because I questioned the judge about ICWA, so he respectfully and
Removed you?
correct.
Actually, if you know Shawnee, that doesn't surprise me.
Not at all.
So that's not. No, I'm not surprised. Are you guys?
Honestly, like
No.
we all have that one courtroom probably that we were
Just
asked
one?
to not come back.
Well, I think
have
you
a couple.
you have the same one I do.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But just one.
Yeah, I only
So
have
far.
one so far.
So far.
Paige?
Yeah.
I have one.
One. Okay.
Well, she lets me inside the courtroom, but she refused to let me talk.
Yeah.
You
Doesn't
have to,
even
like,
acknowledge.
stand behind a certain line.
She
Like,
won't
don't
even
go.
acknowledge me. Knowledge.
Really?
Which
Right.
is, spoiler alert, a violation of ICWA.
Yeah.
Wow. See, there you go.
Yeah.
See?
Which, since we said violation of ICWA, another violation of ICWA, and I will fight DHS all day long on this, is every time they get called out, they get a referral, they go out to a home that is not on trust land, just so we all understand that the tribes have exclusive investigation on trust lands. And then on state property, it's DHS, but it's a joint investigation. The tribe can go out, but we can also not go out with them. Tribal members have a right to ask the DHS worker for an ICW representative to be there.
Right.
And a lot of tribal members don't understand that.
Right.
Or
And a
maybe they
lot
don't know.
Exactly. The DHS worker should have the training and foresight to be able to tell that person that because you are Native American, you're eligible, or even just eligible, your child is just eligible for membership
Right.
in a tribe, then you deserve extra active efforts on the
Right.
front end to make sure that this Indian family doesn't get broken up unnecessarily.
And that doesn't happen.
Never. I mean, hardly.
I was going to say very rarely
Yeah.
probably does that happen.
Well,
Sometimes we don't even get notices.
Right.
of the
So
referrals.
I've gone through the DHS core training, and there is a very small blurb about ICWA in there.
Just a little blurb.
Yeah. It's probably not even 15 minutes.
That's awful.
It is,
Yeah.
considering
Really-
how many tribes are here and that
It's
it's a
just-
federal law.
Yeah.
One of our other things is when they do go out to a home and they don't find a safety issue, however they want to complete their investigation, they will do a out-of-home safety plan. That's a big no.
Why is that a no? Like, why?
It's against ICWA. Because
Okay.
the minute you remove an Indian child from their home, you just initiated a federal law. And that's exactly what I tell them. And
but they don't know that.
well, they should.
They should,
it's
but-
DHS,
Right,
yeah.
right.
And then if there's no safety threat to the child, we will inform the family there's no paper, there's nothing legally holding you back from going and picking up your child.
Yeah.
Go get your child, and there's nothing they can say about it. DHS will complain,
Right.
But there's nothing,
Yeah.
they can't stop you.
No.
Like, it's your child, you can go get them.
and if they want us to go with them, we've gone with them.
yeah.
And I mean, usually out-of-home safety plan is usually with a family friend or a family member. But I'm like, you are not removing that child from the home. Like, you can have the parents leave and have a family come over and then do the investigation or complete your investigation. But the minute you remove a child, you just initiated the federal law.
Right. And that's what the state of Oklahoma does, especially, is those DHS workers are specifically trained to avoid ICWA
Oh, yeah.
at all costs on the front end, either by an out-of-home safety plan or by trying to get a guardianship
Yes.
entered on the front end.
I mean, you think that would probably be the first train of thought, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think?
Well,
It's not
how are we
hard.
It's not hard, exactly.
Paige and I are trying to figure out how are we fixing problems when when a family actually does need help.
Right.
There's programs, preservation programs like at-risk families. We can help them to keep them from getting their children removed. However, DHS is like, you know what? Just go to your tribe or a tribe. just, it doesn't matter. You're in this jurisdiction, just go over here, and you're Potawatomi or
You're in Potawatomi
Cherokee or
County, so
something.
go to the
Yeah.
Potawatomi.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't really
and go
care.
get a guardianship, which means DHS has stepped out. They no longer have to do anything because it's closed out because the child's safe at that point. But how safe are they when they aren't even doing background checks?
Right.
And some of the
that's scary.
Yes.
Or if they're with a family member, is this the family member that falls first on the preferences?
Right.
Like kinship preferences for placement of the
Right.
children. A lot of times DHS is just closing their eyes and pointing at someone,
Yeah.
basically.
No background check at all.
No.
No.
That's scary.
Yeah. it's
Neighbors,
terrifying.
they look at neighbors.
Yeah.
We've had that.
We've had that quite a bit.
That's,
That they would go over there and play with their kids. Okay, but that doesn't mean they're safe.
Yeah.
well, you don't know that person's background. They
Right.
could have been a sex offender or something.
Right.
You don't
Right.
know.
Right.
That's
And there's been
awful.
instances where they were.
Right.
That's really scary.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
So our codes, every tribe has their own juvenile codes. And the reason why we also don't answer to ICWA is because we have our own judicial system. And every tribe does. Some of our codes are similar, but they're all different. And every tribe treats their tribal families and children differently. But I always tell everybody I only have jurisdiction over absentee Shawnee children, but I don't have jurisdiction over absentee Shawnee children during divorces or custody battles between biological parents.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Where does that not apply? So there are certain cases
Yeah.
where you can't
And juvenile delinquencies.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless the child's already in custody and then becomes an offender, the law that offense comes first.
Yeah. So in most tribes, if we're talking about delinquency over like a juvenile deprived situation where the child is the victim of abuse or neglect or whatever,
Right.
in a juvenile delinquent situation, the child or the minor child has committed some kind of or has exhibited behavior that if they were an adult, it would be charged as a crime.
Stealing or something.
Right.
Right.
And in that instance, you're not there is an element of removal if the child has to be detained for any reason, but you're not necessarily talking about a permanent familial plan like we
Yeah.
are in ICWA.
Yeah.
So maybe like a short term.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are cases where it doesn't apply because that's what I was going to ask. Are there any instances where it doesn't apply? So those are the ones.
Yeah. And to be completely honest, though, in our tribal court system, or an AST tribal court system at least, I think the goal is to remember at least those ICWA requirements in
Yeah.
state court, because we also want to be taking every precaution possible.
Right. We do.
And they do.
Right.
Our
They
ICW
do.
office
You're
is
right.
amazing.
And it makes people upset and mad, and we get it.
That you have to run their background. And I mean,
Right.
but really it's all about the kids. It's for
Right.
their safety.
That's
you don't
exactly
want to
it.
put them, well, that's my neighbor or my close relative. Well,
Right.
Or your
close-
grandma. Like,
Right.
grandma or grandpa are great grandparents now, but they may
Right.
not have been the best parents, and that has nothing to do with them. It could have been
Something.
historical trauma
Right.
type thing
Right.
that just trickles down. And they know now, like,
I messed up.
overreacted,
Right,
or
right.
done this, but they may have DHS history.
Right. They've got a record and that's
Right.
going to follow you.
Right.
I'm assuming probably forever.
And if it's nothing horrible, serious, or if it's over 10 years, then
it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not okay, but
Yeah. I mean-
you're allowed to
Right.
place it. Right.
Right.
But you still have to investigate everyone.
right.
Yeah.
We
Even
still
if-
do home studies for guardians. We do background check and CANIS. CANIS is the DHS welfare check.
But they're not doing that. See, and I feel like they should
They just
be.
say,
I mean,
Mindy, take your kids and go to the ASTs and apply for guardianship.
Right.
and we'll just put them wherever.
With your sister or brother
Yeah, whoever.
or whoever.
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't care if they just got out of prison.
And then you're like, we've had instances where some families are like, no, I don't want them around my family at all.
Right.
And they're like, oh, well, do you have a friend or a neighbor? Yeah. Well, okay, well, your friend and neighbor kind of smell like they may be doing meth.
Right. Is that really the best place for a child?
And they're right next
No.
door to you.
Right.
Right.
And there is somewhat of a safety threat, but not enough for DHS to remove.
Right.
That is just
Or if there
alarming.
is enough for them to remove, they'll still say, hey, go get a guardianship. Paige has argued and argued with workers for pickups And then when we feel like it shouldn't be a pickup, then they're wanting to pick up, and we're arguing, saying, no, you're not removing these children.
Right.
It just blows my mind, though.
I mean, what's crazy to me is that obviously our ICW office is small.
Yes.
Of
Understaffed.
Three.
Yes.
Understaffed. We can say that, sadly. Sadly.
DHS, however, I mean, they would probably still argue that they're understaffed, but they have hundreds of workers. And
We could count ours on one hand.
Exactly. But
And we're
ours-
talking hundreds per county.
Yes.
Right. But
And
our
here-
workers, our ICW workers, actually look into the context of the familial situation, whereas DHS is just making stuff up.
They're doing their job here.
Right.
And
Exactly.
and it does help that we're both tribal and
Right.
we both know families. So we're just like, oh, I think this child is related to so-and-so, but we still do our due diligence, go through enrollment, get their kinship
You
report.
have to verify.
Yes.
Okay, I think just
That
because
has
you
to be
may
done
know
first.
someone, right?
Yeah.
You want to make sure their background is good because, I mean, I know that you guys know a lot of people, but still,
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, you never know.
you never know.
Just never know.
You never know. But, and yes, we'll say that again. You guys are highly understaffed. I mean, I
Just
feel-
a teeny
just
tiny.
a little bit. But you still just rock,
little
both
overwork.
of you.
Thank
Yes.
They do, don't they?
you.
Yes.
They do
I've
the-
told many people this is the best ICW office I've ever had the pleasure of working with.
They work
thank you.
so hard, tirelessly, just. But well, both of you, not just one, both,
Paige.
both of you.
No.
I just follow her
It's
lead.
both of you.
Wherever she says, I'm like, yes.
Oh, let's call Jeremy.
How many times have you and I said, if Paige says it, then that's what we're going to
Oh,
do?
yeah. If Paige is gone, I
Yeah.
can't do my job.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, Paige is on vacation. Can you call back on Monday?
You get a vacation? What? You get a vacation?
Well, she tried to go on
Oh, I was
vacation
gonna
and
say,
then something happened.
I was like, what's that? What's a vacation?
And we're never allowed to travel together. I know this has nothing to do with ICWA 101.
I was going to say, is that
However,
because we don't want the plane to go down or something?
No.
Every
Every
staff?
No.
You know? Because I
no.
think you don't want the EC to all travel. I've heard that. President of the United States.
Yes.
So that way?
No, every time we do, something
Happens.
drastic happens. We
Happens.
get some type of crazy referral, and she
Emergency,
ends
yeah.
up going back early.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So you don't travel together?
We try not to. But
Yeah, we've. the
Or we
last
don't
time
want to
did
lose
it-
you both. I mean,
Yeah.
not that we want to lose anyone,
Right.
but, you know, we wouldn't want to lose most of the staff right here.
I know.
We're going
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Separate cars, separate planes. ICW has a jet,
Yeah.
private plane. No, we need more staff before we need planes.
If they want to get us a private,
I mean, we want.
I'm not
I won't
opposed
say
to
no.
I wouldn't
I'm
say
just
no.
kidding.
I would say you probably need some more staff before
I'm
a
saying,
plane.
how about we put that money into the program
Ah,
and
there you go.
look towards
Not a
building.
plane.
Yes,
Yes, I think we all
building more
agree on
homes
that.
for
Very
kids. Yeah.
responsible.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Thanks.
good. Okay. So let's move to
Okay.
OICWA. NICWA, those are some other acronyms. Who wants to take the lead on that? Do we want to push this on Paige or?
Yeah.
He's the attorney.
I mean,
think
it's up to
Paige.
you guys.
They just started to talk.
I know.
I'll talk later.
Okay. So
OICWA?
OICWA is Oklahoma Indian Child Welfare Association,
Not an act.
not an act. And NICWA is the National Association for Indian Child Welfare. Neither one have jurisdiction or anything over tribes. They are associations, it's non-for-profit. They do help the tribes advocate for betterment for children, like legal and things like that, but they do not tell the tribes
Right.
what to do.
What to do?
Right. And I will say there's technically a statute that's called the Oklahoma Indian Child Welfare Act, but it essentially just adopts the federal statute. So it's like it is there, but it's not. But anyway.
Yeah.
So
And
these
it
are
depends on what court you go to and if
Right.
they
Are you allowed in that court?
recognize it. Yes, I am. That court I am.
Just checking.
I don't think the other one knows about that one. But it just depends on what judge. Like they'll say, well, ICWA or the Oklahoma statute. And I'm just like, it's both the same.
Right.
Right.
And they don't know. Once again, they
Right.
need to be educated.
Right.
They need to watch our podcast. Like,
Right.
listen and learn.
Or
right?
maybe we just start going to different counties and having a lunch and learn with
Yeah.
their prosecutors.
Absolutely.
on your free time.
yeah.
I was
right.
like, lunch hour? What's that? I work
I said
during
a lunch and learn.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have time to be. Yeah. Do you have free time? I don't have free time.
No.
I know you guys don't have
Yeah.
free time.
Well, we
Definitely don't.
tried to have free time this weekend, and I had to text my
No, I
oversight
saw you
EC.
out. Wait a minute. I saw you this weekend. Out.
I
We were
had
working.
to text my oversight EC and was like, can I do this with this family? Because Paige and I actually want to spend a holiday with our families and not work. And we received 3 referrals this weekend.
on the holiday weekend. Well, it's funny because we were going to set this up right after the holiday weekend, and I'm like, no, we better wait until later in the week because we know that
Well, it's a good thing you
Things
did because
happen.
we
Right.
had 2 referrals. One
People
yesterday
have-
and one
Yeah.
day before.
they have a little too much fun celebrating, and I know that. So, it happens.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, we know that. So that's why we did this later in the week.
And I'm very proud to say none of those referrals were pickups.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like I didn't hear.
No,
Yeah.
it's just
Great.
just an investigation and no out of home safety plans, nothing. And
Well, that's good, though.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
very
Okay.
good.
What about other tribes, ICWs?
What about them?
I don't know. You tell me.
Where are
What
they?
about them? Do they have, like, what? I know we all know about you guys. What about the other tribes? There are.
We
Do
have
they have
amazing ICWs around here. Sac and Fox, CPNs, Kickapoos, even the bigger tribes, Seminole, Cherokee, Choctaws, Chickasaws, all of them, they all have their own ICWs, but the bigger tribes have, not Seminoles, but I know Cherokees, Choctaws, and Chickasaws have 250 employees.
They're big.
Yes.
And spread out.
Yeah.
250. Can you guys imagine if you had that? Where would we put
We
you
wouldn't
guys
even
at
know
for
what
one? You'd take over this entire building.
Right.
We've talked about
Wow.
that once, and I was like, I would-
250?
But they also have nurses. They have
Right.
providers on staff for kids. So and trauma-informed care is what they focus on. And I think that's just absolutely wonderful. We do our best, the 3 of us.
3.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
But I
That's-
can't. Sac and Fox only has 3, and then they have 1 that answers phones. So, and she's the multitasker of all times.
Wow.
Tammy, shout out to you. And CPNs, Ashley May is their director over there. She is. If you meet her, she is the sweetest looking person, kind of like Paige, just super sweet. And you don't think she'll say anything, but you mess with her kids.
Is she a bulldog?
Yes, she is.
Love it.
Yes.
Wow.
But they're all great. But we do have what we call SANCAP, which is, I have to say it every time, Shawnee Area Native American Child Abuse Protection Team. So it's like a multidisciplinary team, and we all come together once a month, and we talk about cases, obviously not names or anything,
Right.
but just something if we're having
Came
trouble.
up.
Yes.
Right. Brainstorming.
Right.
Type. And what's the acronym again?
SANCAP.
I was thinking beach, but
Yeah.
my mind went somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, and then we have DHS come in there and different presenters and talk about things that are going on and what we can do to help. And then some type of recruitment. And it's all recruitment, meaning foster care recruitment.
Which, by the way, I know you still need foster families.
Yes.
All the time.
If
all the
you're-
time.
Please, be a foster family, right?
Right.
We still,
absolutely.
yes.
And we are set up at every general council
Yes.
since she and I have been in office, and that's been 5 years. And we sit at every
I've seen
tribal
lots
event.
of events with your booth
Yes.
Yeah.
and your cool shirts.
Yes. Requesting foster homes.
Now,
Yeah.
are you getting any response a little bit, maybe? I mean, I know we talked about this on the podcast before, but
Yeah.
little,
Teeny tiny.
Okay.
We are very grateful for the kinships. I hate that it has to come to, one of your family members going into custody and then you step forward.
Right.
But I get it. Everybody's busy, and there are so many stigmas behind foster children. But
It's not their fault, and
No.
it shouldn't be because it's no fault. But one of the good things is a lot of the families there's a lot of people in the families. We know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a lot that you can reach out to.
Right.
Yeah.
Tons.
There's
not
yeah.
naming names, but
Yeah.
just there's a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Right. And AST, I think, kind of like the SANCAP, like Shawnee, the city of Shawnee, excuse me, is so unique in terms of the cooperation between the different tribes, the different county agencies, the different city agencies, everyone really does have a concerted effort to work together and make sure that all the children in the area are at least being safe.
Yeah.
And that's good.
It's great.
And we do communicate. So, like, if we go out on investigation and we realize that this is a Sac and Fox family and not an absentee, then we're immediately like, hey,
You guys need to come over here and
or
stay.
CPN. CPN has reached out to us multiple times because they're like, they think this is an AST family and not
Right.
CPN. But if there's a DHS worker watching this, I don't know if you can or can't, but if you pull in someone's driveway and you see tribal tags, there's a good chance that someone in there is Native American.
Right.
At least one
Yeah.
to get the tribal tag.
Right.
Someone has to be.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's a pretty good indication.
Right.
So pretty much everywhere you look, tribal tags are here.
Yeah.
That's a whole other podcast.
It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Right,
Instead
that's-
of waiting until like they've already been adjudicated and all that, then they're like, oh, you're Native? We didn't know.
Right.
Okay. Well,
You would
guys
think that might be the first question you would ask, or top three maybe. You would think.
Right.
I mean,
supposed to be.
Yeah.
I would think that's a pretty big question,
Yeah.
right?
You call in referrals more than we do.
It's horrible.
I know.
I mean,
Especially here.
for us.
right.
Right.
I mean,
And you
I
have to
immediately-
tell
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
but I feel like you would ask that first, right?
Right.
Are you Native? Like that's
Even
just-
on what they ask you, like, do you know if this family has Native American blood? And then you'll say yes or no. They'll ask what tribe. But I've had phone calls where they don't even ask that. And I have
Right.
to tell them, like, this child is absentee.
that
but-
to me should be their first couple of
Right.
questions, like right there.
Right.
I mean, we had a case not too long ago in Oklahoma County where Shawnee and Paige had to walk in with a full-on family tree for the DHS worker and for the judge.
They wanted to see like generations
No,
back.
no.
They were pushing forward without ICWA.
Yes. So they sent the referral to
Goodness.
us, and then they sent it to Sac and Fox. The child is not eligible for Sac and Fox based on blood quantum. Well, the information they sent us, that child was not eligible based on blood quantum.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't until the Sac and Fox ICW director reached out to me, and she was like, let me explain a little bit, because she's been doing this for years, like at least 30 years. So she knows all the families. And she said, I believe they're AST. So she and I sat down on the phone, and I'm writing all this down. And then we did a family tree, and sure enough, it even helped enrollment. And they were like, this child is eligible for enrollment with the absentee Shawnee tribe. And they were going towards, termination of parents.
Wow.
At that point. So now, and it's a requirement under ICWA that they are supposed to provide us not just the parent's name and the child's name, but the grandparents' information, because just based on that, they could be, a different tribe.
Yeah.
And then our enrollment is saying, well, there's no parents by this name on here. So no. And that has happened to us just recently from something that was done like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And think about how despicable it would be if a child was harmed as part of this process because you didn't ask one simple, obvious question, which is, are you Native American?
And that should be the first question.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, wouldn't you think?
Right.
So if you're listening, that should be the first thing they should
Right.
say. Is this child Native? It's
And don't look at someone and say, well, they look Native.
Right.
I'm like,
that's a whole, don't open
our
that can
Native
of
people
worms.
are white as snow or dark as coal. Like
Right.
there's and in between.
And hair color can
Yes.
be dyed, as we all
Yes.
know, and you can
Right.
tan, and then that's just,
Yes.
don't assume
Right.
just because someone looks or doesn't look.
Or they have
certain
a
way.
feather in their last name or something, and they're like,
yeah.
oh, well, I think they're
had
Indian
that.
because they're like, falling eagle feathers their last name, and I'm like,
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Or a bumper sticker, just
Yes.
anything.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
You
Proud parent of a JOM student. And then they bought the car from someone else, No.
not that couldn't happen. We know. So, but yeah, especially if you've got a car tag right there that
Yeah.
says
Somebody has to have it. Yeah.
in that house.
Yes.
You would think. Or
And just because you walk in the house and you see like a dream catcher, no, that is not That is not a dead giveaway.
Right.
No.
And again, these are not difficult things to grapple with as a DHS worker, but...
Right, but I'm only saying these because this has actually happened to us.
Yeah,
like I've gone in the house and there's a dream catcher in here and I just need to call because we're first on the list.
Right.
I just wanted to call to make sure that they weren't Native American. Well, I can't tell you if they are, but I can tell you that they are not absentee. I mean, I don't have the entire list of all natives here.
So you're not going to be able to just pull their blood. Let me just get a sample and we'll just...
Right.
It doesn't work
well,
that way.
It looks like you are. Oh my gosh, those are the best. Once Ancestry came out, they call us because we're absentee. We're first on the list. And they're saying, you know, I found out that I am Native American. How do I get my CDIB card? You called the ICW office.
All of the general inquiries go to media at AS Tribe on the website, Facebook. So I get all of them. Hey, I did a DNA test and it says I'm Native American. Where can I get my card?
Oh, my God.
Wow. They start alphabetical. Or this is my favorite. I had a dream that I'm Native American.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you had that dream. Please call it so I give them the enrollment department.
Wow.
I'm sure she doesn't like that, but...
Well, we get that out of state a lot. We get enrollment verifications about, hey, this child says, or the parents say, hey, they're Native American, and then we're first on list. So
they
even
start
though it clearly says like Cherokee or like Apache or Navajo, we're like, you need to contact that tribe.
Right.
So I get those too.
And they don't understand that there's 3
Shawnee tribes, right?
In Oklahoma, and they're like, oh, well, you have all of their records. No, we do not.
And they
and we don't have jurisdiction over their children.
So I'm always like, just call them and, you know.
Right.
But they want a card or what benefits do I get?
Yeah.
Right.
You get that too.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
We're trying to figure that out as well.
There's a podcast. Let's
Almost
do that.
50 years, and I'm still trying to figure out my benefits.
I don't know. Card tag.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we've hit all the acronyms, I think, right? Did we miss any? ICWA, NICWA, OICWA, tribal ICWs. We hit them all, right?
I think so.
I think so.
Just the general ones.
Yeah.
I think ICWA's probably like the top. And I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't mention a couple years ago, we almost lost ICWA. Was it Brackeen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 2022? 3? I was thinking 23.
It was post the 2022 revision.
Right.
So we almost lost it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we were
that was
all
super
gearing
scary.
up
Yes.
for that Supreme
So
Court
I feel like
opinion.
we need it. It's still here.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that was a really scary time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Supreme Court. That's way...
So we had a watch party at CPNs. They hosted it. Super thankful for that because I never have been so nervous in my life knowing that someone is going to make a decision about our tribe's sovereignty and how we want to take care of our children. And when I was listening to the discussions, there were some that I was like, heck yeah. And then there were some that I was like, oh, you know, I mean, that was a valid question.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was absolutely nervous. I had 0 fingernails that day, 0 appetite, and they're trying to serve donuts, which I can tear up donuts, but I was just like,
Nervous
just give me
eating?
water. Yeah, just give me water. I don't know if I can handle it. But just the thought of us as a tribe not being able to have say in how we want our children to be raised and how we want our children to stay connected to who we are among the Shawnee.
Exactly. We say that all the time.
Like
And
how
it was almost taken
yes,
away.
Yes.
It's
And the
just-
sad part of it, the sad part is some leadership still think like the Brackeens could have gave them a better life. Okay. Yeah, they would have had more toys. They would have had a big house. They would have had probably...
That's material things.
Right.
That's
Yes.
material things.
Right.
But they would have lost
Who
they are.
Who
Yes.
they- right.
And that cultural component, there's no amount of money.
No.
Right.
It
Nothing.
would be, you're making me too.
Sorry.
It would be, sorry. I mean, and it almost just was overturned.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Just a few years
a
ago.
scary time.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
the next day, I believe it was the next day when they came out with, no, it was in June.
Yeah.
So this was in
Or October. I never remember.
January, February, and I think in June is when they came out. And I might cry.
That's okay.
So
That's okay.
I was elated and just giddy. Like, I could not hold back my emotions because it just solidified what we are doing and who we are as a people.
I remember the day the verdict came out, the former Secretary Miller was in office, your oversight, and you had emailed both of us. And the first line you said, "I'm in tears." I was like, I can't read this. I can't read this. This is going to go the other way. And I read it. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh. And then she's telling me, you need to get this out. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I got a job to do. I need to tell everybody that it's out. Like, this is it. This is a good thing. ICWA stands.
Yeah.
But it almost didn't.
Right.
Yeah. I still get goosebumps.
I know, just talking about it because it almost was just and
gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
And that
As
was a
if
few years
all
ago.
of those people, our ancestors, didn't fight and die and suffer.
And then just to have it over to
Yes.
us.
Yeah.
I mean, it just almost got. Sorry, I'm making fun of you guys, but it's just, it was like, wow. And that's just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just that was the thought that went through my head the whole time, and I'm so grateful for the Supreme Court for upholding that. And
for having some
Yeah.
common, it's just common sense. It's not even, you don't even have to be an attorney. I think, no,
Right.
that's not even illegal. To me, it's just common sense,
Yeah.
really.
wait until you go to court and you hear some of the prosecutors talk about it being a race-based law.
Right.
And then this guy is like, no.
Well, it's just,
It's
there's
just-
so much animosity out there,
Right,
especially in the legal community for ICWA. I think every lawyer I knew practicing Indian law in Oklahoma was gearing up for ICWA to be overturned.
Well,
and we
it
did this,
really seemed
Yeah.
that way. I mean, it's sad because I opened your email and I was like, oh,
yeah.
it went the other
That's
way.
all I could say, though.
You were like, I'm in tears. I couldn't really read anymore.
Yeah,
And then
I
you were-
couldn't say anything other than that, just because I couldn't put into words the joy
Right.
that it brought my heart, and just to think of all of those kids in those boarding schools that had given their life
and then
for
it-
us to be as free as we are right now.
And then it almost got to you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, after we've all cried, we weren't going to cry.
I know.
Like, Kevin
We were
was
saying
crying.
it was going to be paid.
I know, and then you and I are talking about it. But at the end of the day, it's all about the kids.
Yes.
And, they've got the right to know who they are, where they come from, and to grow up grounded in their culture.
That's why, and I'm going to try to make you cry now, is
Why not? Why not?
why I love Paige so much, because her family has a deep root in our
Yes.
ceremonies, and she will open that door up to any of our foster families and kids. And I've got to witness some of our kids put their tracks down.
But they're keeping them among the Shawnee.
Yes.
Like that's
and
yes.
they just open the door and let those, the families come in. But just to see those kids put their tracks on the dance grounds and they're little, and that will be with them forever.
Right.
And I just love that.
Because if you didn't, they'll never know that. Where are they coming from? They're okay, I have to stop. I know. It's like we talked about this last time, and but we keep going back. It's all about the kids, keeping them among the Shawnee.
Yeah.
Okay, so people probably don't want to see us cry anymore, so
That's fine.
they're not going to tune in. If you want to read more about any of these acronyms or ICW, it's on the astribe.com. ICW, it's under resources. Best way to get a hold of them, ICW at ASTribe.
Yes.
Hopefully it's just for some general information.
Or you can call my work cell phone anytime.
It's on the
posted.
website,
Yes.
both of their contact info. Would you like to give yours out too? I mean, we can.
Just call them. They'll call me. That's how it usually goes.
We'll just throw his personal number is 405.
I mean, they have it. They have it out there.
Okay, well, hopefully people will watch us. I mean, I want you guys to come back.
Yeah.
I do. Hopefully we don't all cry every time, but
dang it.
There's so much to
ICW is
say.
just, it's emotional.
it's emotional.
And,
And it's really sad that that it's there. Even it's sad that ICWA's here. But I'm glad it is. It's just very emotional. I don't know how you guys do it. So
Sometimes we don't know how we do it.
Period.
I don't know how you do it. But I thank both of you for your hard work and you
you.
as well. All of it's just tireless dedication. Thank you for being here today again,
Yes,
and come
thank
back
you.
anytime. we can.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we don't all just sit around and cry.
But that's okay.
That's okay. I mean, people
We'll
know.
have a band reunification
yeah.
every month.
I feel like people, hopefully they'll tune in, but I think it's very important information. And I thank all of
Yeah.
you for
Thank
coming
you.
on and hopefully educating everyone.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah,
thank you
thank you
for
so
All
much.
right, come back anytime.
Of course. Yeah.
Thank you for watching today, and thank you for listening to how important this topic is to our tribe and to our people, and personally for Paige and I. If you like what you hear, please like, comment, or share, and you can reach out to media or ICW at any time.
Thank you for listening. I'm Mindy Longhorn. We hope you join us next time as we talk among the Shawnee.
Nyawe, ye si hakaweta wiani. Salanoki kenolepwa.